With all the recent talk of time to kill changes in Battlefield 5, and the main reason being to appease the so-called Christmas noobs with easier gameplay, I've decided to make a simple video filled with some useful tips and tricks. This guide won't really be that structured, but will look at a few very effective ways to get additional kills and points. Most of all, I'll look at more than just the best loadouts, as that will all be changing soon anyway with update 5.2. The focus will more be on movement, positioning, where to push or hold, and simple squad tricks. For this video I'll be playing a 10-minute clip in the background taken straight from a Rotterdam conquest game with no cuts or edits. I might slow down a couple of things and maybe show a replay in there just to get a point across, but for the most part this is what happened, unedited. I'm playing in the medic class, which in my opinion is the most effective class in the game for maps like Rotterdam where you don't have a whole load of vehicles to deal with, and I have chosen the ZK383. The ZK is currently a superb all-rounder with a solid time to kill, effective range, magazine size and controllable recoil, and when update 5.2 jumbles things about, I'll be sure to make an updated weapons guide. We know for sure that some weapons are changing, others may stay the same. To be honest, it's just a bit of a mess at the minute with what information we do know and don't know, so let's just wait for some gameplay before we make any judgments. So let's get started. As you can tell, I'm on Rotterdam with just one squad mate at the minute. He is a friend of mine, we play a lot together, a good infantry player, and it's always nice to have somebody in your squad with a bit of experience under their belt, but also somebody you can rely on. They don't have to be a 5, 6, 7 KD infantry player. A 1 or 2 KD player is fine, as long as they are doing what you need them to do, reviving when they need to revive, running the right loadout to make things effective for your squad. Now here is an interesting part of the clip. We're trying to push Charlie objective, and there's a bit of a misplay coming up from me in a second. We're doing everything right at this point, peeking through these fortifications, trying to work out what's on the flag, get as many kills as we can. My squad mate is being a little more aggressive with a squad mate, and another one joins in a second who I don't know, but they seem to be fairly decent players from what I can tell. This is where things go a bit pear-shaped. He goes down, I'm not really too sure what to do at this point, and I can hear footsteps behind me, so I'm holding this back line, hoping my 3 teammates in there can really help each other out. As I said, I heard footsteps behind, so I was sitting back. Unfortunately, 2 of them go down, and here is where I should either go in, smoke and revive, or decide that I'm not going to, back off and act as a spawn point. I unfortunately lose that gunfight there, which leaves our squad with nobody spawned in, but thankfully my really good squad mate friend had managed to survive everything and comes in to save the day. That is where a good squad mate will really make the difference. As I said, a bit of a misplay from me. I either should have gone for the revives or waited and acted as a respawn point, something you can do very effectively on Battlefield 5. Now a tip for Rotterdam specifically, Charlie objective was proving a little too difficult to push and they were running past on the bridge. The bridge is such a strong position. Push up on top of it, gain that height advantage again, you can jump down to Charlie Delta or Alpha really quickly and get straight onto that flag. Once that guy was taken out, we decided once again to push, making use of the cover again. Very simple stuff here, aiming through windows. That's one of the best access points that they'll have. A nice little tip here that the Broken Machine goes on about a fair amount in his videos. It's very important, and you saw it just then before. Make sure you're aiming at the places where the enemies are going to push from. It sounds so simple, but it is such an easy tip people don't take into account. You can just aim at a corner that you know they're going to push through. You don't have to camp it. Just have your crosshairs in that situation, so where they are pushing or maybe they peek, you don't have to move your weapon or your crosshairs as much as you would have if you were aiming in the wrong direction. Now here's a tip. A player behind me needs reviving. I am going to revive him. I know he's there. Thankfully he's holding on. I had to get rid of that first guy before smoking and reviving. Too many times people rush in for the revive, I would have died there. Even if I'd smoked, that guy would have probably seen me, and then that guy makes the mistake reviving. He should have done what I did, push, kill, go back to revive. Took a bit of time, but finally Charlie has started to be turned over. In fact, we are dominating the flag, using that mini-map to locate a few extra enemies. I know that I don't need to go there, they're going to be cleaned out pretty quickly. Just double checking this staircase, it's a favourite place for campers, and then getting down and out of the way. So what do you do now? You've capped a flag, and this is a well-known issue in Battlefield 5. Once you've got the flag, where do you go? Do you sit on the flag and wait for somebody to push it, almost defending the flag, which is very important in Battlefield, or do you push? Well, on Rotterdam it's simple. If in doubt, get back on the bridge. Again, another little tip there. Don't block people on the stairs. You see how I backed off to enable my squad mate to come back down the stairs, and then another misplay as I didn't smoke. It was too quick to try and get that revive in. And there, my squad mate does the same thing by the looks of stuff, revives me, but unfortunately I get taken down as we don't have any cover. Reviving in Battlefield is so strong, but it has to be in the right situation. I'd have much rather him leave me to die there, and then I would have come back in as a squad spawn. As you can tell, sometimes spawning on a squad mate can be difficult, especially with the spawn timer resetting, people being in combat when they're not, etc. There you go, I managed to get in, and then we just zerg onto Alpha. This is kind of where Battlefield isn't as fun when you're zerging, because there's not as many kills to go around, but it is damn effective at taking flags quickly. So we do exactly that. Another Rotterdam specific tip here, the angle that I'm at here is completely open to their base, where they'll be sitting with a 6-pounder, that massive tank cannon, so try not to sit along the train, you will get taken down. Very difficult to revive as well in that situation. Alpha's getting capped, I kind of want the points. Managed to get them, and then we push on to Bravo. Yet another flag that can be risky to push. The water side is the best side in my opinion to push between Bravo and Delta, right on the edge of the map. And often you will find a tank on Bravo, and the reason for this is that resupply station along the water side. It is a really effective place to camp in a tank, especially if you have Bravo capped. You can farm people on Delta without too much trouble. That's why I always try and go through the alleyways here, just in case there is a tank sneaking about. Sometimes you can't really hear them, so making up our mind here where to go. Bravo, obviously no enemies, really easy to capture. Again, this Zerg proving quite effective to cap all of these back flags before we make that final push over to Delta. Now here is where I'm playing aggressive. It's not really that smart because there are enemies camping up in D, there always are. It's marked out on the map as well, as I just tap Q to mark that up. And it's a very difficult push. Some of our squad mates go down, there's no point in waiting for them, hopefully the team gets them. If not, we're going to lose this ground that we've made up. I spotted a guy there just on that gun above, get the pistol out. Something you can always do from in the water. Just the pistol proving to be quite effective. Unfortunately, I don't want to go up that ladder there. I feel as if there'll be someone waiting at the top. So this little section here is effective to hold on to. An enemy making too much noise above. And there you saw on the ground the squad call-in. Now that is probably the most effective squad call-in on the game. I'm talking about the resupply that the squad leader can drop in for 3,000 points, whatever it is. It's so effective. It's basically like a resupply station with health and ammo. You can use it virtually as many times as you want, and you can drop virtually as many as you want as well on the map because they're so cheap. Too many squad leaders try and save up for the V1. It's not the best thing in the game. Sure, it's fun. I do it all the time. I'm guilty of it. I want that big multi-kill. But that squad call-in will save you so many times. The smoke barrage as well being very effective at providing cover. If you don't have smoke nades as a squad leader, just drop that one in. Now we're going to watch a highlight of this clip, in my opinion. One of my better plays. My squad mate goes down. I managed to win a 2v1, which isn't that exceptional, but it's something where I win it, I get my squad mate back in the game, and then we go on to dominate Delta. We'll watch that one again in slow motion. It's nothing crazy, it's not one of the best plays you'll see, but it does showcase what you can do with a bit of smart thinking against a few players. First of all, my squad mate goes down. He's giving me info. He says there's a guy in the room prone, so that's how I knew that. This second guy, I spot him through the doorway. Now instead of rushing in, I have to sit back. I have to wait for him. I'm trying to jump onto that banister there on the left just to give myself a better angle. I get a couple of hits. I then get a few more hits, saw him there reloading, so I can jump through, get the kill, and then finish the second guy off. Nothing that impressive, but it just shows you what you can take in as a player. The things you see out of the corner of your eye can all be used. The smoke once again blocking both doorways, not just the player. Get a revive in, and then we're back up, taking down enemy players on Delta, and we did go on to win this game quite comprehensively. So hopefully you found this useful just as a bit of an infantry guide. It's sort of things that I've really been trying to use as much as possible to elevate my game and get a better KD, get better scores, and really just push through conquest games and breakthrough games as an infantry player instead of relying on vehicles to dominate. Hopefully you enjoyed, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.